So this is going to be a lot different from my regular body language readings, and I think rightfully so. I didn't want to spend time on this, I didn't want to edit this, so it's going to be minimal editing. I just wanted to do a live reading of this. I know Bombard has already made a video on this, so if you don't want to see it, you don't have to watch this one. It's not going to be completely reiterating the same thing she said, but I am going to point out a lot of the tells because that's just how body language works. And I have my own opinion on this. I don't know if you guys have seen my live stream. I don't know if I'm going to take it down. I don't know if I'm going to take this video down. But this is something that has really deeply impacted me as a person, and a lot of other people. So I guess let's just get on to it.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize.
Okay, so right off the bat, there's all the stiffness. Whenever he starts talking about, I made this severe lapse in judgment, I had this severe lapse in judgment. He looks over to his right. He's not really feeling anything emotional-wise, and he keeps eye contact with the camera. And his eyes, if you've seen Logan Paul videos, this is completely out of the ordinary for his personality.
So what we came
I want to look at that again.
So what we came across that day, forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize. So what we came across.
So I'm simply here to apologize, and then you can see the smile lines start to form because he's holding back a smile.
So what we came across that day in the woods was obviously unplanned, and the reactions you saw on tape were raw, they were unfiltered. None of us knew how to react. None of us knew how to react or how to.
It's weird because he's not thinking about that at all.
None of us knew how to react or how to feel.
And then he does that again
How
with
to
his
feel.
mouth. Now, that's weird because on top of him like having this stare and him not remembering this, him being stiff, and then him licking his lips, it's like this is definitely rehearsed.
None of us knew how to react or how to feel. I should have never posted the video.
And then he goes into emotion for a second there. And whenever he's looking off, I should have never posted that.
Never posted the video. I should have put the cameras down and stopped recording what we were going through. There's a lot of things I should have done differently, but I didn't.
And he believes that, so that makes sense.
And for that, from the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry. I want to apologize to the internet.
I don't like how he goes straight into that, like, I want to apologize to the internet. So after he's feeling, he goes, I want to apologize to the internet, and then now he's going back into not feeling anything.
I apologize to anyone who's seen the video. I want to apologize to anyone who has been affected or touched by mental illness.
Which makes sense because now he's actually apologizing to who he should be apologizing to. And this is ridiculous.
Or depression or suicide. But most importantly, I want to apologize to the victim and his family.
And then he starts to smile again. I want to apologize to the victim, and then he licks his lips.
And his family.
And his family.
For my fans who are defending my actions, please don't.
That's weird.
Please don't. They do not deserve
Please don't.
to be defended.
he does it again.
Offended.
He swallows.
The goal with my content is always to entertain, to push the boundaries, to be all-inclusive. In the world I live in, I share almost everything I do.
And then now he's going back into feelings. So, and I have to agree with Baumert on this, that he just seems to care a lot more about what had happened after the fact rather than why he should really be sorry. Like, he is more upset that everybody's getting upset at him than being upset with himself. Like, I don't see any shame. Like, he keeps his head at that steady level. There's no submitting, there's no vulnerability there. And his eyes, you can see the whites in them, and he just keeps that eye contact and rarely goes into feeling. And it's like, you look like you're mortified, dude, but you're not mortified because you're sorry. You're mortified because you're upset that now you're getting shit on. Like,
the intent is never to be heartless, cruel, or malicious.
he didn't know what to say there. He licked his mouth. It's a stutter in the brain.
Like I said, I've made a huge mistake. I don't expect to be forgiven.
He does, and I don't know if he does, but like, I don't think he's taking it too seriously, because whenever he said, "I don't expect to be forgiven," like, let's go back here.
I don't expect to be forgiven.
He comes from a place of, like, it's the part of the brain that isn't logical, right? So it's the part of the brain that's the more creative side. And he says, "I don't expect to be forgiven." And there's no, like, emotion in that either. I know I keep saying that. This is why I edit my videos, because I'm just a broken record, but he expects this to all blow over, basically. Like,
I'm just here to apologize. I'm ashamed of myself.
Wait, I want to see that again.
I'm just here to apologize.
That's
I'm
weird.
ashamed of myself.
That's really weird.
I'm just here to apologize.
And his head goes down and this shoulder goes up. I'm just here to apologize.
I'm ashamed of myself.
I'm ashamed of myself. That's weird. It's like his body is, like, physically confirming what he's saying. Like, instead of thinking, like, oh, is this the right thing to say? Am I saying it right? Instead of coming out in the eyes, it's coming out in these movements. I'm ashamed of myself. Like, he's like, yes, good, say this, right.
I'm disappointed in myself.
Disappointed in myself.
And I promise to be better. I will be better. Thank you.
That was acting right there. Whenever somebody is doing this long apology, and they're saying they're ashamed of themselves, and they're truly ashamed of themselves, you won't see that "I will be better. I will be better." That's like a movie star ending. That is something that regular people do not do. What is this? What is this apology? So now that I'm done with my reading, short, sweet, to the point, I just want to kind of talk about this just a little bit, because I probably most likely am going to delete my live stream about this. I don't want to keep it up. It's long, it's depressing. But for any of you guys that don't know what happened, just a quick summary at the end of this video. Logan Paul went to Japan. He's been in Japan for a couple of days. He went to the suicide forest. I don't know how to pronounce the name, so forgive me. I'm not going to say it. He went to the Japanese suicide forest and went off trail, which is trespassing. I don't think you're supposed to do that. Again, forgive me if I'm wrong. But he went off trail with a couple of his friends, a couple of his buddies. They were gonna spend the night out there, and they stumbled upon a dead body. Him and his friends kind of made light about it. They walked up to the body, they showed the body, they blurred out the man's face, And there's tons and tons and tons of re-uploads of this video. It truly is disgusting. Logan's original video showing the dead body got 6.5 million views, over 600k likes, which is incredibly disheartening to know that people watched that video and liked it. The outrage is coming from a lot of people being simply disgusted by how disrespectful that video was. And if you don't know anything about me, I'm very sensitive to suicide and things of that nature whenever people make jokes about it or when people talk about it. Just little fact about me, my father committed suicide when I was young, and so seeing Logan's video, because I did watch it, I didn't watch it all the way, but seeing Logan's video, it really disgusted me and it made me start shaking. I couldn't imagine if somebody had, filmed my dad. It's something that he should have really thought about, having 15 million subscribers, I believe. He really should have thought about that, and he really should have thought about his audience. And so this is really where I want to end the video. I don't know, this is such a weird situation to be in, and whatever you guys are going through, if you guys are struggling with depression, if you guys are struggling with anxiety, I just want you guys to know that you're never alone, that I am here for you. And if you see any of those re-uploads up, just report them. Don't watch them. Don't even bother yourself with it. Alright guys, have a good day. I'll see you on the next one.